Okay, next. Then other project, the KDN complex, dekat Jalan Duta, where we do our passport and all that. So those who have been there will enjoy it, especially the senior citizens. You can get instant attention. You just go to a special, every department has a senior citizen. So you can get passport renewed almost instantly, reissue of ICs and all that. We go there quite often. My wife has to go to get the letter to say that her thumb print reading doesn't work. Always doesn't work. So now she carries a letter that says, see? Anyway, then IPG. Okay, these are other jobs that then I did the Istana Hinggap on the Negeri Sembilan in Federal Hill. Again, from sketches, you have to, whatever it is, sketching is still the beginning of architecture. Yeah? So the reality is as good as the sketch. And then, of course, high-end condo, this was done, completed, not sold, but rented out, mainly to embassy. This is in Jalan Yutan. Then, this is a nice challenge. Challenges using the company's product, UAC. Bousted is the client. We use UAC concrete planks, concrete-looking planks to do chalet. Again, a quick job, 10 months, 90 rooms, very cheap, very popular. And then recently we finished 2,000 units of affordable homes. Then there are proposals. A lot of architects do a lot of proposals. Beyond Maldives, I was invited to UAE and do proposals, meet the Arabs. It's not easy to deal with the Arabs. It's everything is tomorrow. Tomorrow. How long are you going to stay there before they decide? So I said, never mind. I go home. When you're ready, you call me. So which they never did. Okay, next. Then there are other proposals. Architects are good at doing proposals and be exploited by some of these clients. So scrupulous or unscrupulous, there are clients and proposals. This would interest Datuk Gas. The KL railway station, 22 architects offices, including Veritas. I met David. I met David at the briefing also. And I think 12 people submitted how to restore the old railway station plus the hotel. And it was under the MSC, no, railway assets, RAC, Railway Asset Corporation is separated from KTM. So this is why we did suggest, why don't you synergize? You make money here to subsidize here, because in the whole world, public transport is subsidized. So, but they don't say, because apparently, I may be sued. Apparently, one belongs to one political party, the other belongs to another political party. Is that how we should live? No, we shouldn't. But anyway, that's how it is. Then, having submitted the proposals, there was a change in government. So, but the documents are done. So this is why I have redrawn the railway station as per Habab, and I have done the administration building as per Habab. And I've also made proposals how to convert them to nice boutique hotel. Yeah. Okay. Next. Then proposals again. Istana Negara. This was the original proposal in year 2000, you know, and today we have that. The original proposal was 300 million. Then I was asked to reduce, we reduced it to 270. Then we didn't get the job. Others came in and made counter proposal until what you have now. They've spent in excess of 1 billion. Then this is something interesting that I want to share. Where is Nizam? Yeah. Anyway, I had a long chat with him about this. There was a time. Come. Oh, you are listening outside. No. We had treasury, Khazanah, treasury, Khazanah. Khazanah organized competition, limited competition, and they picked 3 Malaysian iconic architects. We did ask, how did you pick the 3 iconic architects? At the meeting, everybody named 3 architects, Malaysian architects, iconic. So 3 names that came out was Kenya, Ijaz, and my name. You know? So then they invited us. So can you do a proposal for they asked us to do Iskandar iconic planning and head office and so we said, okay, very good. Are you going to pay us? So they said, yes, 100,000 US. So I said, wow, that's a lot of money, 100,000 for proposal. So then they want to know, what do we get? So we suggested you can get plans, you can get fly through, and you can get a model. So he says, okay. So they gave it to us. Then later, it was developed to say that, because it's going to be a big project, we want international iconic architects to work with you. So work with us or work under us, you know. So we decided. So they gave us a list of 24 iconic architects. Guess. Mario Bota. Yeah, it's there. No, because I saw this gamma. So that was my proposal. Anyway, what happened was, while we were still being briefed, we were told that there were 2 more participants to participate. Then it became 5. So we said, what can we do? Yeah. As long as you don't take our money away. Yeah. So they expanded the budget to 500,000. And in the meantime, because it's international, it became 500,000 US, from ringgit to US. So I counted so we submitted, made the deadline, submitted, did the briefing. And much later we were told, okay, they've done the first round. And guess what happened? The first 3 architects were thrown out. And then then the backdoor architects were given more money to spend to do the thing. Then later we were told, of course we were not interested. Like I said, after we lose, we move on, look at something else. Now, then later we were told that none of the 5 got it. A 6th architect got it. And the architect is foreign, but used to work in Malaysia, but set up practice in Bangkok. So that's the irony. So this is the kind of thing that I'm trying to share. Things have changed. Dulu, your word is your honor and all that. Nowadays, your word, honor and dishonor, semua sama. You know, anything can happen. VJ betul. Yeah. So anyway, we lost this job. Everybody lost the job. Yeah. We just get, I don't want to tell the other.
Some people don't get anything.
Yeah. No, we got paid. Ken got paid, he just got paid, I got paid. And the other two architects who shall remain nameless, because I didn't consider them worthy of participation because too many. There's only one project. So the deal was whoever gets the job gets the job. The balance we will distribute it between you two before we invite other architects to participate. There's a lot of packages coming in Iskandar. Okay. Okay, next. Then another master plan to move the army logistic from Batu Cantonment because certain people will eyeing that land for development. Yeah, I don't want to know beyond that. Okay. Then Kamabaru, which I'm familiar with. I've done many proposals and talk about Kamabaru. I think next week I'm going to be involved with Taylor's University on the Vanadoc documentation about Kamabaru. And this was one of my proposals in 2005 to show the development potential of Kamabaru. And recently, Perbadanan ran competition. I was the chairman of the Juro, and I think Veritas won the competition. But sampai sekarang pun no direction, no apa. So because as I've mentioned in my interview with Michael Potello on BBC 2, that's the sensitivity of the residents have not been taken into consideration. Tan Sri Issa was there also, you know, and I think Tan Sri Issa was some parcels of land there. Fami and my family. So the sensitivity of the people have not been addressed. And then a lot of political changes, Menteri. Okay, so Kamabaru is Kamabaru. Then I have this Mersing Laguna project, which I thought was a very ambitious but doable. You know, unfortunately, because of various technical problems, I call it technical problem. If you want to know more, I can elaborate later privately. But my client died, cannot handle the technical problem. So he rather die than go on with the job. So he's dead and he still owes me. So I'll settle it. But the thing is, these are the not pitfalls, the word. Ahmad Nizam kata, jangan use pitfall. Pitfall is negative. No, I said these are the downs, ups and downs of practice. Because you get excited, you get inspired, then. So this was a very good project, but unfortunately it didn't. Then documentation, books, PAX 2012, Dr. Tan Lokman, Wei Lok Kwan, and myself, we were the 3 adjunct professors at UPM. Of course, starting from yours truly, because at that point, I was giving a different sense of direction and not as exciting. So we wanted people to come in to help excite the students. So Lokman was looking to green building index and other future aspects. And we was continuing the tradition of architect and building materials and things like that. So I think it was quite a good publication that they did. And then the others are references where I get featured and things like that, other masjid. And the bottom center was in the Aga Khan book. And then, of course, Thinking Hands. And these are some 2, 4, 6 times 2, 6, 30 of the 60 something papers that is in the book on various topics relate to the architect over the time from 1970s to as late as 2020, where I share some of my thoughts on the subject of architecture, environment, and history, especially KL. You know, KL history, I'm quite keen and interested to see. Not denying, there was one big forum at UKM where Tan Sri Kuki Kim and I, we had a 3-hour session, an hour each plus 1 hour discussion with the participants. Adakah Yap Aloy, the founder of KL? Because the gist was, Tan Sri remark, macam mana Captain China nombor 3 founded KL, yang nombor 1, nombor 2 buat apa? You know, you see, that's why the word founder is just too generalized. So it had to be elaborated. Who were the earlier residents, the community, before it expanded to what KL is today? There's a long history. And then you can refer to Guliknya buku, and then where lots of information is there and a lot of truth and facts there that are not disclosed to the public. Even people in City Hall, a lot of our Datuk Bandars pun tak tahu the history of KL because they are not from KL, you know. So this is the unfortunate thing. We have to share this up. So if we have to rewrite history, we have to, you know. So facts must be facts. The constant battle I have with the media is Jalan Ma'ruf. Actually, it's not Jalan Ma'ruf Zakaria. It's named after Ma'ruf Malim. Ma'ruf Malim was the supervisor of the generator set here in the, and there was a Kampung Ma'ruf here, you know. So that history has to be corrected, you know. So, the banker. Huh? Wasn't the banker? No, there wasn't a banker. Banker had no name after, no street name after him. Although I am now suggesting that there should be a small lane named after him, because a few months after he started the bank, he was found hanged on the way kat Gombak off the road, fully clothed, tie and his watch, shoes. So obviously they want to get rid of him because a new player is in the market, is it? Because dulu banking system was Chartered Bank, OCBC, and then the chitties and other money lenders. So if you, another bank is too crowded, you know. So that's the kind of history you must understand. Why things happen, you know. Anyway, those papers are there, and if you need to elaborate, you can call me, but I cannot answer everybody. Okay. Now beyond MCO 2, 3, kan, we don't know apa nak buat. So I said, look, I've got lots of these drawings. So for example, this drawing was drawn by me in 1979, hand drawn. So now I put it together as architecture poster, posters, you know, that we can talk about how it was originally designed, the concept. In fact, it's not finished yet. It's just, I thought I as a teaser today, as a teaser today to show this is what architects should occupy themselves with, you know. Jangan duduk menong, tak ada kerja, tak boleh pergi office. But actually, so this one, since we have already documented it, now we are putting this into posters now, and informative. So we may put it into buku, you know, format. T-shirt pun boleh, whatever lah. Because why? Using SketchUp, you know, we can move around everywhere and anywhere within the building space to get the image. And that's the variety of. Okay, I just show you two. Actually, I'm documenting about 15. 15. And one of them is a building 200 years old, Masjid Parit Istana in Sri Menanti. That's the oldest timber masjid by the Empat Puak. Every puak bring one tiang. So they united the tiang with the cross beams and all that. And so 4 communities came together to build the first mosque in Sri Menanti. So that one has got Jabatan Warisan punya approval as a bangunan bersejarah. So that's one. Then we will be going to another one. There's another old masjid, timber, lots of carvings and all that. So masjid will not happen. Okay. Okay. Mentors. You know, all of us have mentors. Like it or not, you can sit down one day and reflect. Siapa saja say, who taught me this, that, and the other? There are mentors, and we tend to identify and relate to them, consciously or unconsciously, for their various human qualities and virtues. Cikgu and all that. Among them, many mentors were, of course, your own parents, siblings, and relatives, teachers, new acquaintances, and even total strangers will teach you something. The common bond is the fact that they have an impact in you to inspire you to do your very best, and you tend to emulate them without realizing it. You know, notable among them are my art teacher, Patrick Ng. Never failed.
My cousin.
Patrick Ng.
It's my cousin.
MashaAllah.
Never mind.
Wow. Because I know the twin brothers,
Yeah.
twin sisters, and wow.
You should mention tadi awal tadi when
Okay. No, okay. Patrick Ng. Then Datuk Syed Ahmad Jamal. You know, where is like Dambil kat dalam. And then Datuk Mansur Osman, Shell, the first Malaysian chairman, executive. And then Datuk Kington Lu, whom I met when I was a 12-year-old boy, when he was the project architect for Police Co-op building, Kamabaru. And my father was his client. Yes. First high-rise and the tallest office building in Malaysia when we got independent. And it was 12 stories. So that's Kington Lu. So, and Kington Lu is there, you know. So this is why we have to respect the past to understand now. Anyway, Kington Lu. Then Raslan Abdullah. Raslan Abdullah is that gentleman on the extreme right, who I went there to his office, Hanafiah Raslan Ong, in Bangkok Bank building to do article sheet. Because I thought, because I was good in maths, I become a good accountant, but I found it boring. So I left. And of course I saw Raslan, and that was in '66. And who's to know that 4 years later, in 1970, I married his youngest sister, my wife. You know how things, yeah. So these are the people that have inspired me that I can list today. There are a lot. My cikgu is in the book. Joginder Singh. Joginder Singh, he's a lawyer. He's 91. I went to see him a couple of weeks back, sat with him, because I quoted him. He said, I was a rascal. You were a rascal in school. Your body is in class, but your mind is elsewhere. So I said, do you know why you said that? Yeah, because, you're just being witty, He said, hey, HAJEEDAR, I'm not interested in the class, and get out. I said, thank you, sir. I went on. But that kind. And I was punished. Send me to the bicycle park, which is just outside my room. So from the bicycle, I sit on my bicycle and follow the class. He said, not interested, I'm interested. So when I told him about, then I sat on my bicycle, I just bought a new bell. The standard bell is ring. Then I bought the other bell that says cling, cling, ling, 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 ling. Those who had bicycle bells will know that you cannot stop it. And when I could not stop it, I was distracting the class and him. He said, get out of bicycle park, go around the school field, which I did. Then I came back, takut headmaster tangkap. So he says, so that's why I call you a rascal. And then only he disclosed to me, he was Kirby trained and his batch was Tongku Baino. They were Kirby trained, they went together, came back together. So you see what, and this is my cikgu. So I told him, I'm glad you're still around for me to thank you. He's still alive, I'm still alive. So the other two living ones, I'm grateful that I have to share my autobiography with two of the living mentors, namely Asha Ayub, who's not too well in the hospital, but I'm glad I went to see him. You see, he has aged, he's 93, I think now, 93, going 94. And of course, I went to see Tun. I said, look, my buku dah siap. So he went through, spent 1 hour and 10 minutes going through, flipping through, commenting, and told me about, he says he likes it because I like the way you write, because I know what you're trying to say. I said, oh, the art of reading between the lines. He says, he is good at that. So this is why you have to be very good, like you to read another person, you see. Now, and you do that because you just relate. So there you are. So that's the journey, and so my acknowledgement. So in conclusion, the autobiography, because it's an autobiography, you cannot tell a lie. You just was based on my true reflections, record of my growing up years, process and experience of education in KL, Kuantan, and the UK, and the inevitable encounters at various stages, levels, with a host of other people along the way, covering broad topics of career development, history, humanities, socio-political culture, and the evolutionary growth of our beloved country, Malaysia. The fact that we are all born and blessed with one lifetime. Semua orang, nobody will be reborn, with due respect, in our form. You may be reincarnated, but you won't be reborn. And therefore entitled to explore the world, which I think I've done as much as I could. I feel that everyone's journey in life is worthy of record and sharing of experiences with other travelers so as to enrich our journeys, our respective journeys in life. Having shared the narration, it is amazing to realize the number of people, shared experiences and knowledge acquired in our maturity. So 77 years by July of travel is of no exception. It contains much fond and bitter memories, pahit manis dalam kehidupan dunia. Nothing is sweet all the time. Being the true companion till the end of our respective journeys, all of us were as destined by Allah the Almighty. Yeah. Of course, like all stories, notwithstanding, there are more untold stories and events that cannot be included in this book. That's what Ahmad Nizam wants, the sequel. So I'll just end here. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And I'm open for scrutiny.
Meet your author, HAJEEDAR's Journey in Architecture. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Now it's a magical moment. It's open to the floor. Q&A. I believe we've got a lot of questions to ask and a lot of stories to tell, a lot of stories to share. Yes.